Hi, and welcome to Grade 5 ELA Part 2. I need you to have your reading passage and your text-based questions that I sent along with this video in front of you so you can follow along. Ready? Yesterday we read this text called Refugees, a Global Crisis. Today we're going to answer text-based questions using the RADD strategy. The R means to restate the question. The A means to answer the question. The D is give me a detail from the text to support your answer. And the second D also give me a detail from the text to support your answer. So our learning target for today is I can quote accurately from a text when explaining what the text says. So let's begin by reviewing some information we read about yesterday. So our text says a refugee's a global crisis. And first thing I asked, well, what was a refugee? And from the text, it said that a refugee is someone who's forced to move from his or her home because of race, religion, or political view. Now, a global crisis, it also tells us that there's more than 25 million people around the world that are refugees. So global means that there's millions of people around the world. And a crisis means it's going to talk about the struggles, their problems, their difficulties when they leave their home. So our main idea of this whole text then is that it's going to inform us about the many struggles or the many problems that refugees face around the world when they leave their home. So I'm going to start with question number 1. I'm going to model how to answer the question with you. So the first question on the TBQ says, what challenges do refugees face? So I turn to my second page of my TBQ, and I'm going to read, it says, refugees face many challenges. One of the first is how to get out of their country. Traveling is dangerous for refugees, and that can take a long time. Some make risky attempts, such as taking unsafe boats across rough seas. Many end up failing. So I underlined those very first two sentences because that is one of the challenges they face. It's the first challenge, or the first problem, is how do they leave their homes? So if I continue reading, on the bottom of page 3, it says that refugees find themselves in places that they've never been. They have to learn to speak a new language and get used to a new culture. So I also highlighted that because that's another challenge that they face. And if I continue on to page 4, it says that many refugees are not given a place to live right away. So some of them go to overcrowded refugee camps. They wait there until they are told that they can stay in that country. And many have to stay there for years at a time. That's another problem. So I've found and I've highlighted the information that I'm going to use to answer my question. So it says I have to restate the question. And the first question was, what challenges do refugees face? So I'm going to restate the question. Refugees face many challenges. So I restated the question. Now I'm going to answer it. One of the first challenges that the refugees face is how to get out of their country. That was the first challenge that I found on my paper. Okay, so that was my answer. Now I need a detail or proof that that's one of the challenges. And because it's a detail, I need to use quotes because I am going to use the exact sentence from the text. So I'm going to use a sentence starter. In the text it says, comma, quotes, because I'm taking this right from the text, quotes, traveling is dangerous for refugees and can take a long time, end quote. That sentence came directly from here. Then I'm going to also add another challenge. So I'm going to start the sentence, another challenge is refugees find themselves in places they have never been. Okay, now I'm going to need another sentence starter because I know that I need another detail from the text. So I'm going to use this other detail, and it says, according to the text, comma, quotes. It's coming right from here. They have to learn to speak a new language and get used to a new culture, end quotes. So, to answer the question, what challenges do refugees face? I used the RAD strategy. I restated the question. What challenges do the refugees face? So here is my restate, my answer, my details using my quotes, and my second detail using my quotes. This is how you answer the text-based question using the RAD strategy. I hope this helped you. Now it's your turn to answer 2 other questions using the RAD strategy. When you're done, please have your parents take a photo and send it to your teacher so that we can see if you're understanding how to use the RAD strategy to answer your text-based questions. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again. Bye.